Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Letiste here. Hope you all are doing well, swell, and you're paying your enemies no avail. As usual, I do offer personal readings, so you can book that down below or with the link in the description in my bio. Either way works. You can book with me. I also still do donation-led readings every Sunday. Don't know when I pop on, so it's best to just subscribe. But other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe so your girl can thrive. And we're going to get straight into this. Now, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of September. Now, I will say you guys typically aren't this vocal. Like, even before I started, like, right now I'm standing up. Like, your energy got me standing up right now. Typically your energy is a little bit like, yeah, I know, kind of, like, and there's nothing wrong. But it's like, this one is like, boom, vocal, ready, loud. Like, even before I started, it was a car alarm just started to go off. Like, as soon as I pulled this card, well, shuffling to pull a card, the alarm went off. As soon as I pulled the card, even though I heard blue, blue, we want blue, we want blue. And blue is typically, wow, that was quick. Blue is typically about being vocal. The throat chakra, it's also about clearing energy, clarity, understanding all these things. And then what's going on. But as soon as I picked the blue card that y'all said, they was like, okay, you don't need to shuffle, and started writing it down, making noise, which is the first one, it went off. And it was going on for some time. Okay, it went off. So it's letting me know, like, you guys are being a whole lot more vocal. Like, you're not, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, or I know I should, but I'm not, or I'm trying, it's like, no, just doing, it's being more vocal. And I feel like even vocal with your actions, more out there with letting me know, like I said, I'm standing up right now. Standing up right now. You got me standing up. It's like you are ready to leap and jump into action. You are ready to do what needs to be done, to push that drive, to push that energy, to push that motion of, I'm seeing, what do they call those things? It's escaping me, where it's like you write something. It's like a book for yourself, but it's like other people can read it, and it can also be a guide for them. I forgot what they call it, but it's almost like that. But the first one that I wrote was making noise. The next part after that I wrote was being vocal. After that I wrote loud/no listen. And it's letting me know, especially with this one, because right under loud/no listen, I got discouragement. Let me turn this up just one loud/no listen, and then discouragement being right under that is letting me know that maybe when you are speaking, you feel like you have to get loud to be heard. You feel like you have to do the theatrics to be heard. You have to put on a show to be heard. You have to do the most to be heard. It has to be loud. And it's like, I don't need to be loud. Like, I'm making noise either way. Like, even quiet as a church mouse is still squeaking, you still hear them. Okay? So it's like, even no matter if it's not in a way that you're like, I have to speak, I have to be open, I have to share this, I have to express this, I have to be raw, I have to be me, I have to be open for this. Yeah, let me go ahead and calm my seat down. Y'all energy is calmed down. I have to do this and allow that in some sort of way, some sort of semblance, right? So with the loud no listen and then the discouragement, you possibly used to people being like, no, you shouldn't, or talking in your ear, or not being as supportive as they claim, or it's like they're not listening. It's like, you ever have your mom call you, right? But you don't hear what she says after she says your name. It's almost like she goes a few decimals quieter. And it's like, I heard you, but I couldn't hear you. Like, I heard you say it or like mention to her, but it's kind of like that energy. But I was like, no, I'm going to make sure that you're hearing what I'm saying, why I'm saying it, why it needs to be said, all these things. Right? And so even with the discouragement, it's like, I'm not going to be discouraged anymore. And even if somebody isn't being dismissive, brushing off your ideas, brushing off what you're saying, how you're feeling, it's no longer feeling discouraged to speak in the first place. knowing that you have something worthwhile saying, you have something worthwhile of doing, speaking, and expressing. You're no longer discouraged about your emotions, your actions, your feelings. Even if you're like, even if I do make mistakes, even if things aren't right, even if I can't, appease everybody, at least I can appease it myself. Even if it doesn't come out in a way where I'm satisfied right away. At least I know that I started, I can tweak it. September is leading into that fall season of, keeping that heart bundled up together. You may be able to plant some things. The ground is starting to get a little bit cold now. And you're recognizing, okay, I need some things to keep me warm, to keep me structured, to keep me sound, to keep me sane, to keep me here, to keep me present, to keep me myself, right? To balance out your energy, to balance out the structure, to make that be known. So all yours is literally about making noise no matter what. Who it disrupts, who it upsets, who doesn't like it. It's like, no, I've been quiet for long enough, or I've only been putting on a show and dance, and now you're hearing me, or I have to scream and yell, and no, that's not what I'm doing anymore. And that's not what I'm setting up for myself anymore, right? On the back of you guys, we have lack thereof, ma'am/sir. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Oh, Sharpie. Lack thereof, ma'am/sir. And we're going to figure out what that means for you guys, because I'm not exactly sure what that means with the lack thereof. And then it's a different energy. So it's almost like somebody else's energy is on the back of your card, essentially, a little bit. So we're going to figure that out as well. So Spirit, what is going on? And that's funny. Look at that. I plant my dreams in the soil of this new beginning. Let's see what Spirit has for you. Spirit, why is Libra feeling more while making noise? What is leading them to with the making noise? We got relief coming in here in the reverse. I asked, why are you guys making noise? You guys haven't been feeling relief. Haven't been feeling a break. Haven't been feeling heard. Haven't been feeling calm. Haven't been feeling balanced. Haven't been feeling you. Haven't been feeling that structure. And so, wow. Release and relief is upside down. You've been feeling shackled, held on to. It's almost like I'm seeing a mime, which is hilarious. I'm seeing a mime that has to scream and yell. And we all know mimes typically don't talk, but people pay attention to them. People can still hear them in a way, recognize what they're doing, what they're saying, without them speaking. But I feel like for you, you guys feel like you were a mime that had to scream, that had to yell, that had to bang on the pots and pans and do all this stuff just to even be halfway noticed, right? For some type of sense of relief and healing, for you to be heard, for you to get your dreams and goals heard and accomplished. So with this release being in reverse with the relief, is like you're recognizing, I need to take back some sort of sense for myself to start moving in a way that is better. Yeah. You're releasing a lot of old habits. You're releasing being quiet a lot. I said this for Aries. I'm very high up in these chairs. Very short. And the cards want to fall. Wow. Look what fell. The death card. Yeah, you're ending that old ways of just... You ever be like, yeah, but I'm used to it, right? I used to have arguments with my siblings, and sometimes they would say stuff, or I would say stuff to them, and we'd both be like, well, you should be used to it by now. This is who I am. You should be used to it. But it still hurts. It still upsets you. It's like, but I'm not used to it. Just because I'm used to you saying it doesn't mean my body is used to feeling this affliction, feeling this hurt. And I feel like your body may be used to being possibly overworked, overtired, exhausted, not getting your way fully, always compromising, always seeing from all sides. you're used to being able to work under pressure, work with tension, but with this relief and release being in reverse and death coming right afterwards in the upright, it's like, no, nobody's supposed to operate that way. Nobody is supposed to operate that way at all. If you get punched in the face consistently, even boxers say that shit hurts, and that's their job. You don't get used to that. So you're recognizing your body is making noise, your energy is making noise, your soul is making noise, and now you are making noise to match up for that. It's like, no, we have been needing to speak out and be vocal for a long time. I'm going after my dreams. I'm speaking about the love that I need and I deserve. I'm doing this. I'm not allowing this. No, I'm not working overtime. It's allowing yourself this understanding, like, I haven't been feeling this in some time. And I need that. I need that. And so it's like ending of the old of not feeling that semblance of being able to have that with this death card. Yeah, the full moon coming in here. Full moon is coming up. I don't remember when. I'm so sorry. But I'll remember it when I remember it. But the full moon is coming up here for you, right? And this is an understanding that full moon is about accumulations, endings, everything coming to the forefront, everything being bright and vibrant, especially depending on which full moon it's under, what sign it's under. But the full moon itself is about resolutions. And with it coming right after the death card, this is a resolution to that. And I feel like you are your resolution. You know what I mean? I'm seeing Rapunzel cutting her hair, making a ladder out of it, and then climbing down her hair herself. Making a ladder out of her hair, clenching it onto something else with a bed sheet, and then climbing down. Like, you know what? I'm in vocal, screaming up top this tower. I'm losing my voice. Nobody's hearing me. Yeah. And that's also why you got discouragement. And it's like I'm being loud and nobody's listening. But I'm not going to be discouraged from saying what needs to be said, from doing what needs to be done, from being open and vocal. I'm going to say it until I can't say it no more. Yeah, we got spiritual cleansing coming in here for you guys. It's almost like a new chapter is starting. Not almost, it is a new chapter starting for you guys. You're spiritually cleansing yourself. Because like I said, it has been you screaming and being vocal and loud. Your energy being vocal and loud. Wow, you got a vocabulary word, and it says bonhomie, which is good-natured, easy friendliness. And I feel like that's kind of what you've been. So a lot of people as a bonhomie, it's just like, yeah. But it's like, no, I need to not be so easily accessible and palatable. Because people are consuming me in a way that I'm not being heard. I'm not being listened. I'm not being felt. I'm not being understood. And so spiritually cleansing it out. And sometimes spiritual cleansing, yes, it's sage. Yes, it's going to the water. But spiritual cleansing is that throat speaking. That's a spiritual cleanse too. Speaking up when you possibly don't want to. Putting your foot down. Setting things in motion. No, I'm going to do it. And then not, doing anything else. And not saying you can't take advice or constructive criticism or things of that sort. My little brother scared me. Or constructive criticism of that sort. But it's a recognition of allowing yourself to be vocal. Right? It's like when you hum, it's a frequency that clears out the energy. And that's where you're going right now. You, divinity right on the back, that's where you're going right now. You're allowing yourself to be divinely led, divinely held, and opened in a sense that is powerful. Right? Blessings and abundance are coming in a way that is necessary for you. This is like a congratulations, like, yes, congratulations, we're here, finally, let's do it. Let's see what abundance is coming in once you get this release and relief, once you take this break, once you cut this person off, once you put your foot down with your job and be like, I'm not doing that, that's not in my job description, once you, that distracts me, sorry, once you allow yourself to just be like, no, this is what I'm saying, this is what I mean. I want to be heard. And if I cannot be heard, no matter what I say or no matter what I do, it's obviously that you don't want to listen. You don't want to listen to me. You know, you ever like telling a child, like, no, you can't have this because of this, and they still asking you, but why? But why? And it's like, okay, you're not listening because this is what you want. This is the outcome that you want. And you only want to listen until you get the outcome that you want. You're not going to get that. And so you're recognizing that. Yeah, we got suffering in silence coming in here for you, right? Which is the 9 of Swords. You have been, and that's right under the release knife. You have been suffering in silence. You just allow things to happen to you or happen for you because you feel like that was an easier way of going about things. It was a lot safer. People liked you, whatever it is. You know, yeah, it's always been this way. Like I said, just because something has always been this way doesn't mean you're actually truly used to it. And so with it always being this way or happening in that sense, you're recognizing, I don't want to suffer that way anymore. I need to release. And if I'm suffering in silence, but I'm around people, but I have a job or a career, but I have a car, but, you know, I go on vacations, but I got all this, but I'm still suffering. And I know I'm speaking. Maybe I'm falling on deaf ears. And the ears ain't deaf, because even deaf people listen. Okay? We ain't able to listen this bitch. Okay? So, again, maybe you just been a little bit too bond-homey, a little bit too easy going. And recognizing that. And spiritually cleansing that throat chakra. Letting it be known. Yeah, we got the waiting game. Which is the 2 of Pentacles. And that's right under the relief. Like I said, you've been in this position for a while with the relief. You haven't been able to have it for some time. Some relaxation, some rest, rejuvenation for some time. Some energy of your own to recognize it and to truly operate in that sense and in that way of being like, yes, this is me. This is what I deserve. This is what it's here for. And it's necessary and it's needed. Okay? So, being able to recognize and take that in, the waiting game, the 2 of Swords, it feels like you're in a stagnation, but now is the time to decide, do I want the relief? Do I want the release? Do I want to be heard? Because with this coming on the back end, lack thereof, which means, again, that's the answer. Like, sir, ma'am, you hear me? You hear me? You hear me? Like, but they're not hearing you. They're not understanding you. They don't want to. They don't want to go to the other side of themselves to meet you. But you're okay with abandoning yourself to meet them, no matter what it is. And so with the depth of this coming to a full accumulation, Spirit is on your side with this. Spirit is helping and guiding because they know that this is something that maybe you haven't experienced before or not in some time for some of you as well. And it's getting back and returning to yourself and recognizing that. So Spirit is saying no more suffering in silence. We're releasing that. We are releasing that and letting it go. And we're bringing relief into your life, healing into your life, rest into your life, being truly heard, felt, and understood in your life. Because that is what you truly deserve and desire. And that is what you have been waiting on. Okay? Ooh. Child, yes, Libra. Y'all keep being vocal. Keep being out there. Keep sticking it. Y'all mad my energy standing up. Okay? Y'all have my energy standing up. So that has been your reading, my darlings. I love you, but love yourselves more. Until next time.